Last summer, I went up about 3,000 followers in a really short amount of time. The only thing I changed was what I'm about to teach you guys. Okay, so my first tip is make your profile worth following. 1 billion people use Instagram every month. You need to stand out against these people. Do you want business opportunities, brand deals? Do you want to promote yourself or your business? But having that idea of what you want people coming to your profile to be looking for is really good. I, about a year ago, started using a Lightroom preset. I just bought it for like $5 on Etsy. And I apply that preset to all of my pictures, and it sort of gives your feed a more cohesive look because all the pictures go together. They're all the same filter and they look a lot better together. And it just sort of gives your feed a very aesthetic look right from the beginning. Right when you click on the person's profile, you're like, okay, very well put together. You gotta sell yourself. Have a bio that gives people insight into what you're about, who you are. I always include different people I'm working with at the time. Changing your profile to a business account or a creator account is a really good idea because it'll let you see insights. So like how many people are commenting on your pictures, liking your picture, sharing your picture, saving your picture. It's reach. How many people went to your profile from looking at that picture? And I've had pictures that have had like a reach of 14,000 when I only had 2,000 or 3,000 followers. I had 700 people click on my name to go to my profile. And then my last part of this first tip is use your story feature every day as much as possible. Don't be on there 150 times in one day because people eventually will just start to click through them or swipe through them. But 5 to 10 really good, maybe interactive things on there, questions or what you're doing every day. I use like stickers or I draw because something about having that little ring around your picture that shows you've been active in the last 24 hours attracts people to your page. It makes your page look more professional somehow, and it also shows you're an active Instagram user. I always want to see what people are posting on their stories. It's just one more reason for people to look at your profile. Once your profile is at a place that you are comfortable with, then you can move on to tip number 2, optimizing the way you post on Instagram. There's a lot that goes into this. Pictures of people tend to do better on Instagram. But what that means for you is take a lot of pictures and don't be shy about it. It's going to feel really weird at first, but it becomes second nature. You are your brand. You should dress like it. Do your hair, dress in whatever makes you feel the best. I know that's really hard, especially if you have kids or I work nights and getting up and getting dressed is physically painful, but I always feel better when I do. Even getting ready for this video, I just feel much more ready to take on the day and everything like that. Get dressed, take pictures. When you go out to eat, when you go out to do stuff, have your friends take pictures of you, take pictures of yourself, ask a stranger to take a picture of you. That's all content you can post. And sometimes you just need a picture because the caption is actually the more important thing, but we'll get to that. Post pictures of you with your favorite items, tag the brand. Just like you would tag a person in a picture, you can tag the brand of whatever that product is. It puts you in that brand's tagged photos and people tend to look at those and then come back to your profile. Just anything to link people back to your profile is really the point. I've actually had brands reach out to me for collaboration from just tagging them in posts. Every time I was using their product, anytime I would be holding it in a picture, I would just tag them. And finally they DM'd me and were like, do you want to do a giveaway? You seem to use our products all the time. And that was really cool. Tip number 3 is use hashtags, but don't go overboard with them. I tend to put them in the lower part of my Instagram caption, or I will comment right after I post the picture, the hashtags, and I do a little bit of research before I use hashtags. You don't want to hashtag just absolute random like for like, follow for follow. That's not going to get you the right kind of attention to your page. You want to use hashtags that are pertinent to what you were posting about. If it's a fitness post, hashtag workout, hashtag fitness, hashtag girls who lift. You can look up fitness hashtags and it'll tell you the top performing hashtags. And I try to use high ranking and low ranking hashtags that have millions of use and hashtags that only have a few thousand, because you never know who's following those hashtags and who's going to see your post. You have a better chance of ranking in a lower ranking hashtag, but then again, less people are looking at it. Don't bombard your posts with hashtags. You can only post so many for one, but don't put this block of hashtags and then comment even more hashtags. It does look kind of unprofessional. You want people to look at your post, and I've had a lot of traffic come from hashtags, but you also don't want to just look spammy, and don't hashtag things that don't relate to your post. Instagram knows what your post is about. Posting a picture in an outfit and you're putting hashtag postpartum workouts. You don't want to put things that aren't related to what the post is actually about. I mean, if it's about that and you're talking about that in the caption, sure. If you're just posting a picture out to dinner, hashtagging it muscle car, it's completely unrelated. It all works into the algorithm. You want to make sure you're just using appropriate hashtags. Tip number 4, avoid like for like follow for follow, follow, unfollow. So you want to attract people who are interested in what you're doing, not just people who want to follow you so you can follow them. And I don't recommend doing follow, unfollow where you follow a bunch of people and then they follow you back and then like a few days later you unfollow them, because people notice that and it just makes you look really spammy and really bad. And again, that's not the kind of attention you want coming to your profile. My next tip is don't buy your followers. It is really a tough thing to convince people who are new to Instagram, because you can get followers for really cheap, but it is quality over quantity. And you can buy 10,000 followers, but those are just like bot accounts and they're not going to be liking your posts. They're not going to be commenting on your posts. And then Instagram's going to realize, wow, every time she posts a picture, nobody's interacting with her post. They must not be very good. It's better to have 1,000 followers that are all interacting with your post than having 10,000 followers where maybe 10 or 20 of them are actually interacting with you. I follow I thought she was a really famous fitness influencer. Once I started doing all of this, I realized she was only getting 60 to 70 likes and like maybe 5 to 10 comments on all of her posts, like ever. She was hardly ever breaking 100 likes. She had, close to 100,000 people following her. She bought those followers. Like there's no other explanation for it. If you're posting really good content, people should be interacting with it and they're following you because they like your content. My next tip is write longer captions. I sometimes like just doing a little one-liner if it's not really something I care about getting really good engagement, but Instagram rewards people who keep people on Instagram. And what I mean by that is if someone spends 30 seconds reading your caption, Instagram realizes that they stopped on your picture for 30 seconds. They were engaging with that post and it's going to show that post to more people. Some of my best performing posts had a little novel under it. It pretty much was like a blog post at that point. It's kind of like how I've heard on YouTube, the longer your video is, the more likely YouTube is to show it to more people. The longer your caption is, the more people are going to engage with it and the more that Instagram is going to show it to more people. My next tip is comment on pictures of people who have accounts similar to yours. If you want to be a fitness Instagram influencer, find other fitness Instagram influencers that you like. Comment something meaningful. Not only does that make people want to comment back on your post, like your name is popping up under these posts that maybe are doing well, people are more likely to click on your profile and, oh, hey, here's another fitness account. But only post comments that are like meaningful, useful comments that are constructive and helpful. I was watching a YouTube video from Amanda Ensing the other day and she had a quote that I absolutely loved. She was talking about with YouTube videos, but going under someone's content and commenting, hey guys, come give me a follow. It's like walking into a restaurant where everyone's eating and you're like, oh no, I brought my own food, and standing up and being like, hey everyone, I have my own restaurant down the street, come check it out. Like that's just rude for one. People are there, people are enjoying what they're doing. Let them enjoy that. Don't be a jerk. It's not gonna get you the kind of attention you want. My next tip is like and reply to your comments. Instagram looks at this and if all these people are commenting on your picture and you're just ignoring them, it doesn't really look good. You wanna at least like every comment and give like a meaningful reply back to it. You don't have to sit there and have a back and forth conversation. Hey, thanks for the comment, or oh my god, thank you. That looks really good. Because it's just more interaction on your post. Even though you are commenting on it, it's showing that back and forth, people are engaging with it. And that's what this is all about, is engagement. My next tip is look up when your peak times are. I always notice my posts would do better like if I posted them really early in the morning, like 7 or 8 a.m. People were getting up for work or class or getting out of bed. Not a lot of people were posting right then, so my post was at the top. People were engaging with it more. Whereas like around noon, because more people are awake around that time, you're gonna have to fight for your post to show up before anyone else's. You can also use the app Planoly to schedule your posts. It doesn't let you post multiple picture posts, which I like to do a lot, but if you have a single picture post, it will even like automatically post it for you with the caption and everything. Okay, my next tip is getting your Instagram profile out there on other platforms. On my Twitter bio, it gives you a space to put a link. I put a link to my Instagram. On Facebook, in my About Me, I put a link to my Instagram. It just gives people one more reason to go over to your page. It's all about just getting people back to your profile, which is why my first tip is so important, that you want to have a profile worth following, because you can get 1,000 people to come look at your profile. But if you don't have a profile picture and you haven't posted in a week, all your posts are just a mess, then no one's going to follow you. You need to have content that's worth following. Once you have that, it's about getting people to your profile. My last little tip / note is there are sponsored posts where you can pay to advertise on Instagram and it will show your post as it'll say sponsored, and it goes to more people that aren't following you. I wouldn't recommend just doing this for any random post because it's not really worth the money. People might not even engage with your post all that much anyways. But back when I did a workout guide, I had a free $5 credit from Instagram to advertise a post. And I was like, you know what, I'll just try it on this. And it got more people to come to my page because I was doing a workout guide. And I wanted outside people to come to my page because I wanted them to see this thing I was offering. So it was more worth it for me then. then, but I wouldn't do that now on just like a random picture of me. You should just use good hashtags and have good content and interact with other people to bring people to your profile for free. Another tip is doing a giveaway if you can. I'm going to talk more about this in my next video, how to get brand deals or promotions from brands on Instagram, basically the next step of being an Instagram influencer, getting free stuff. Giveaways always get a ton of engagement, and in the giveaway you put like follow me and the company doing the giveaway, like the post and tag a friend. That brings a ton of traffic to your page. But of course you don't want to just give away all your stuff or spend a bunch of money doing a giveaway if you don't have the money to do that. Giveaways work, but that might be something more for in my next video when I talk about how to get brand deals and promotions and work with brands on Instagram. But it is a way to bring traffic to your page. So if you're like an artist or something, you could do like a free drawing giveaway and run it for like 5 or 6 days, have everyone follow you, like the post, and tag 2 or 3 friends, and then you just use a website to pick a random Instagram comment, and that's the winner, and then they get a free drawing or whatever. But all those people that followed you for the giveaway, yeah, a lot of them might unfollow you. It's important to post really good content after you do a giveaway because you've got a lot of people, new people, looking at your page. And then just a sidebar at the end, some apps I really like and use a lot for Instagram are Lightroom Mobile. It's where I put my preset on. That's my #1 photo editing app. Planoly for looking at how my feed is going to look and to schedule like a new post or anything like that. I really like using Pinterest to find my story backgrounds, just like a text post. I don't want to just do it on like a blank background. So I will go on Pinterest and type in aesthetic Instagram story background, and you will find so much. You just save the picture, go to your Instagram story, and make that your background, and it just looks really nice. And you can also do this to make your highlight covers. Make sure you have the highlights at the bottom of your Instagram, like bio at the top. Make sure you put an attractive cover on the Instagram highlight as well. I try to make them all just look good and not just be like a preview of the first Instagram story, because that's what it does automatically. You can go on Pinterest and just pastel color swatch, and it'll give you a bunch, and then you can just put them all, and it looks really good when you put them all together. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and like this video. It tells me that you like the content I'm putting out. It supports me and the channel, and I really would appreciate it. And then in my next video, I'm going to talk about some of the downsides to having better Instagram engagement, like people trying to scam you and spam and all that stuff, but that'll be in my next video. Bye.